Fans, welcome to Grambling State University and the Frederick County Assembly Center for tonight's game between the Paul Quinn College Tigers and your Grambling State University Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps and join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem. Tell me I don't have to. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Introducing first the visitors from Paul Quinn. At guard, a 5'10" freshman, number 3, Teron Mingo. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 5, D'Angelo Streeter. At forward, a 6'5" junior, number 11, Mateo Eschelk. At guard, a 6'6" sophomore, number 15, Chris Scaife. And at forward, a 6'7" junior, number 22, Spencer McElway. The Paul Quinn College Tigers are coached by Brendan Espinoza, assisted by Aaron Espinoza and Keldrick McKinney. And now, introducing the starting lineup for your Grambling State University Tigers. At guard, a 6' junior from Chicago, Illinois, wearing 0, Travell Cunningham. At guard, a 6' senior from Tacoma, Washington, number 1, Ivy Smith Jr. At guard, a 6'7" junior from Bessemer, Alabama, number 10, Prince Mouse. At center, a 7'1" senior from Racine, Wisconsin, number 24, Trayvon Bunch. And at forward, a 6'9" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 25, Devontae Jackson. Your Grambling State University Tigers are coached by Dante Jackson, assisted by Winston Hines, Demetrius Moore, Kyle Jones, and Antonio Penny.
Okay, I wake up in the morning and I see dollar signs. Shawty wanna roll and I'm like, oh man, she fine.
Also starting for Grambling State, number 10, Prince Moss, 6'7", redshirt junior out of Bessemer, Alabama. Next up, Trayvon Bunch, number 24, the 7'1" senior center from Racine, Wisconsin. And also starting at forward, number 25, Devontae Jackson, 6'9" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're just about ready to tip off right now. Grambling State comes into this game at an overall record 3-4. They've had the work cut out for them. They had a lot of good games, but they also had a lot of, tough matchups, including that West Coast trip that they made. Had a lot of fights out there against Oregon State, also San Jose University. We're just about ready to start right here. Grambling State wearing white, and Paul Quinn wearing black, and Grambling State controls the tip. Prince Moss quick to go inside, up under, and he finishes quick 2.
Quick 2.
And
I like it.
And we're underway.
Grambling State already looking to do that full court press, kind of.
Paul Quinn looking to run something now. Ball winds up into the hands of now Streeter. Streeter, he tries to take a deep two, and he gets a friendly roll.
That was great defense actually by Cunningham. He was right in his face. I don't know how he made that one.
Couldn't defend it any better if he tried. Grambling now working the other way. Smith inside to Jackson. Jackson works his way in, can't finish. Headed back the other way now is Paul Quinn. And foul coming up. That foul is on the floor. Looks like it's going to be against Prince Moss.
You guys are announcing for television, so you have to watch this. When it goes to replay, you talk about the replay.
Shot up, no good. Grambling State now headed back the other way. Cunningham now over to Jackson. Jackson up to Moss. Moss steps in for the free throw. Just short. Ball saved, but now into the hands of Paul Quinn. Paul Quinn now going back the way. Inside. Finish, no good. And now Cunningham comes down with it. Grambling State headed back the other way. And he loses it. Now it's going back the other way for Paul Quinn. 3-on-1 dump off, and it's swatted out of there by Jackson. And Grambling State is going to slow everything down. Cunningham, he gets his pocket picked by Eshuk.
On that one right there, you got to know, as another Tiger, you got to let Cunningham know that someone's coming up behind him. No one said anything to him.
Yeah, everybody just kind of fell asleep, and Eshuk was able to pick his pocket, and pass is too hot to handle by Ivy Smith. And Shafe is able to go in and score.
Other than this one, Gramblin's ball handling is a little shaky. They're just a little rusty from a few days off of play.
Yep, Paul Quinn is taking an early 6-2 lead here in this ball game. Ball over to Jackson in the corner. He brings it out to Cunningham. Cunningham up top, goes inside, puts it up, foul coming up. Looks like it's going to be a blocking foul. Yep, that foul is going to be against D'Angelo Streeter. That's going to be his first of the ball game. Cunningham first free throw, just off the front iron. Second free throw up, and that was no good, but Bunch is able to control the rebound, and he puts it back up. Nice cleanup by Trayvon Bunch. And ball is swatted out, and Cunningham gets it now into the hands of Ivy Smith Jr. Ivy Smith Jr. gets a pick. Now into the hands of Jackson. Jackson almost loses it. Cross-court pass to Moss. Moss for the three. Too short. And Streeter gets the rebound, headed back the other way for Paul Quinn. Inside and knocked out of there. And now into the game for Grambling State. Kelton Edwards as well as A.J. Gaston. And this is interesting. You don't really see A.J. Gaston coming off the bench too often.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that doesn't happen often. But like I said, it's still early in the season. So, Coach is still probably working out the kinks to see which lineups work better.
Edwards working with the ball now. Over to Smith. Smith, he takes the three ball. Won't go. Edwards there to get the rebound, though. And he just throws it right into the hands of Eshik. Eshik over to Streeter for the three ball. He can't get it to fall. Knocked into the hands of A.J. Gaston. Dumps it off to Ivy Smith Jr. Ivy Smith takes some contact. Can't finish. The ball batted into his hands. A.J. Gatson now.
Oh, that's something. He usually shoots that one. I don't know what happened there.
And the foul coming up. Looks like that foul is going to be against Mateo Eshik. Tayon Randolph now checks into the ball game. Ball inbound to Jackson. Jackson over to Ivy Smith. Pump fakes. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Ivy Smith goes inside, draws some contact, and a foul coming up. Timeout on the floor, so we will take a timeout as well. Grambling State down right now, 6-4. You are watching GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State down right now, 6-4, excuse me, to Paul Quinn right now. Shot no good by Edwards, but A.J. Gatson gets the rebound. He goes in, and now we have a tie ball game.
That's a nice move there by A.J. Gatson, passing up the open three for an easy layup.
He's one of those guys that's not afraid to go inside and attack the basket.
That's very true.
And foul coming up.
Is that really a foul?
Yeah, he kind of reached in behind him. And it's funny because as he said, the coach was saying, don't foul.
He fouls.
He fouls.
As I will be.
Ball inbounded to our left right here. Shot by Shafe.
Oh,
Hits
wow.
everything, and the three ball is good.
Oh, wow.
That hit every top part of the back rim, or excuse me, backboard. Ivy Smith over to Jackson for the three ball. He drains it. You don't expect Jackson to make that three.
No,
you don't expect him to even take
really.
that three.
But hey, he has been working on it because he took a few before they went on that road trip. He was taking a couple. He wasn't making them, but he was taking them. So he's confident at least.
Three ball rattles in and out for Eshik. And now Grambling State headed back the other way. Edwards stops, gives it to Ivy Smith, now over to Gatson. Now works it over to Randolph. Back into the hands of Ivy Smith Jr. now. A.J. Gatson thought about three ball. Ivy Smith with the floater. Too strong. And now Paul Quinn heads back the other way. Eshik turned around, gets a nice little jump shot to fall. A.J. Gatson tries to bully his way in and almost gets it to fall.
Just missed the M one.
But a foul coming up, so he will get 2 shots. That foul is going to be on Streeter, and that's his second. First free throw for A.J. Gatson is up and good. Second free throw for A.J. Gatson is good, and now the ball game is tied once again. And now Grambling State is coming with full court pressure now. And ball almost stolen by A.J. Gatson. And, you know, we talk about this, you know, or the other home games that they've had that, you know, they bring full court pressure. I think this is the most pressure that they've shown.
Yeah, they usually wait a little bit until they turn into the full court press, but they've done it from the beginning in this one.
Right, but they're bringing it per man now. It's not usually, you know, they just bring in 2 guys regular or 3 guys regular.
Yeah.
They just brought every man they bring up, you have a guy up yourself as well.
Yeah.
Shot no good. And Grambling State headed back the other way into the hands of Edwards. Now Edwards stops for the 3.
Oh.
Can't get it to fall. And now Paul Quinn head back the other way.
Oh, that was a good job by Ivan Smith, getting in front of the dribble.
3 ball on the way by Cruz. That's no good. Ball on the floor, and Grambling State will retain possession. Randolph gets the ball. Tried to get it to Edwards, knocked away by Cruz. Grambling will retain possession. A.J. Gatson works his way inside, can't finish. Ball ends up in his hands anyways, and now he gets his 2. Talk about right place, right time.
The ball literally bounced to him.
And Paul Quinn works the ball around and able to break the press and get a quick 2 right back.
Now, that's one thing that is a little hurtful off of a press, is you're a little outnumbered if they can push it past the press quick enough.
Absolutely. And an offensive foul going to be charged to Ivy Smith Jr. there. That's going to be his first in the contest. Prince Moss now back into the ball game. As is Cunningham.
Uh-oh.
Paul Quinn working the ball around. Now down to the inside.
Oh, great defense.
Foul coming up, though.
Oh,
And it looks like that's going to be against Prince Moss, and it is, and that's going to be his second. At the free throw line now for Paul Quinn, Spencer McElway. First free throw up and just off the front iron. You know, you talked about, you know, using different lineups and seeing what you got. How effective can that be when it comes down to, you know, SWAC play, when we start SWAC play and everything?
Well, it's most effective because what that does is it helps other players, you know, play with someone who they usually wouldn't play with probably if you just go to a regular, like, whole lineup rotation. But if you sub, like, 2-3 players in at a time, it gets a chance for everyone to play with each other and get a good feel for how they all play in certain situations come when that time comes.
Jump ball coming up, and possession arrow goes with Paul Quinn. Trayvon Bunch feels like he got fouled, but he's not going to get the call. And we have a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take a timeout as well. Grambling State down by 1, 14-13 with 11:53 remaining here in the first half. You are watching GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobley Assembly Center, Paul Quinn on top of Grambling State right now, 14-13 with 11:53 remaining in the first half. Donovan Travis alongside Malik Walker. Paul Quinn has the ball now. They finally get it across half court. Cross court pass. Paul Quinn. Paul Quinn has been working the ball around so much this ball game.
Yeah, there's at least like 4 passes every possession. Oh, with the block.
Nice deflection by Bunch. Now going back the other way is Cunningham. Cunningham go all the way.
Oh.
He can't finish. And McElway is able to get the rebound for Paul Quinn.
You're garbage!
And Eshik dribbled the ball off his foot, but he's able to retain. Now deep three by Shafe, and he can't get it to fall. And Grambling State going back the other way.
Don't shoot that no more, Chris.
And offensive foul coming up, and it looks like that's going to be against.
Hey, Chris, hear me out. Hey, you suck. That was red.
Is that Edwards?
Hey, Chris, don't do that.
Yeah, I believe that's Kelton Edwards. That's going to be his second.
Yeah, it was on Kelton.
Yep, that's his second.
All that acting you doing, bro.
Hey, this nigga got on 2 different socks.
All that acting you doing. You should have been somewhere else.
Paul Quinn now getting the ball, able to break the double team. Marcel Holden was able to, shake some defenders, but he can't get the shot to fall. Now Grambling State going the other way.
Yeah, he had a nice open look there. He just short-armed it. Oh.
Prince Moss, that draws some oohs and ahs. Prince Moss thought about 3. A.J. Gaston working his way inside. Puts it up with the right, no good. Ball on the floor, though. And Bunch is able to grab it, jump ball, and he's going to stay with Grambling State.
Let him go. Why you holding him like that? Man, what's wrong with you? You're over here hugging him and stuff.
5 seconds on the shot clock, though, for Grambling State. Got to hurry up and put a shot up. Can't play around.
Yeah, they should just run a play right here off of the inbound and get an easy look. Or at least try to.
On inside the Bunch.
Oh, there it is.
Bunch goes up and one.
It's a dunk. It counts. It counts.
That foul is going against number 22, Spencer McElway. Trayvon Bunch now at the free throw line looking to convert on the and one. And he can't get it to fall. And now Paul Quinn now going the other way. Shot by Shafe. That's good.
His name is Mateo.
Like Mateo? Oh, shit.
Now Grambling State working. Prince Moss with the corner 3.
Bang.
It's good.
Now that is something Paul Quinn does not want to see. If Prince Moss can get into a rhythm here early, it might be lights out before the half.
Prince Moss is definitely one of the more prolific scorers that this Grambling State team has.
Mateo, hell no.
3 ball now for Paul Quinn. That won't go. Prince Moss comes down with it, almost steps out of bounds, but he's able to save it and give it off to Ivy Smith Jr. Now over Cunningham. Cunningham inside the bunch. He goes up and one.
Hey, Bruce Scott.
You knew you was coming to play these men.
Hey, Bruce Scott. If
You
Michael
ain't
Scott,
big
your
enough.
cousin.
Lift weight, Mateo.
Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce. I know you
How
hear
I
me.
say your last name, though? That shit complicated.
Free throw up and no good for Bunch. Now Paul Quinn going the other way.
Oh,
Nice
good play.
deflection by Ivy Smith. Ivy Smith got it in the air and tried to call timeout in midair.
He almost made a great play right
It was
there.
worth a shot.
It was almost a great play.
He tried to call timeout midair. Props to him.
Come sit down. Come sit
But however, nonetheless, Paul Quinn is going to get possession as he did fly out of bounds.
But he had possession of the ball, though. Why could he not call a timeout?
The referee just didn't grant it to him.
I suppose.
Shea dumps it off inside the Elway. McElway. McElway is able to score.
Spencer, find a new barber. The fuck is on top of your head, boy?
Ivy Smith Jr., he works inside, dumps it off to Bunch, and Bunch is able to tap it in.
Is that an alley-oop?
That's some defense, because you don't got either.
You thought you missed the shot, psych.
You don't got to line up. No line up or no lock up.
Now Paul Quinn working the other way.
No, sir.
High shot for Cruz, no good. Grambling State headed back the other way.
Come on, John.
A.J. Gaston. Now over to Ivy Smith. Ivy Smith goes inside. Hell no, they're not going to count it. They're going to say it's on the floor.
That layup touched the entire rim. It touched the whole rim.
However, it is a 1-and-1 opportunity, so Ivy Smith will head to the free throw line.
Bro, that nigga name is Brandon Espinoza. Hey, Brandon, this your first season?
Yeah, we got all their names. We been here. Oh, right here.
Good government name, nigga.
You got that height where they went to school, all that. All that shit. All that shit. Yes, sir. Let's go.
So Ivy Smith is at the line now for Grambling State.
From Arkansas, that's why that shit.
First free throw is up and good.
Come on, Ivy.
Second free throw up, and it's good for Ivy Smith Jr. Now 24-18 our score. Grambling State on top with 8:28 remaining here in the first half. Now light pressure being brought by A.J. Gaston. Now Cunningham rushes. Ball tip, Ivy Smith, he saves it. Over to Gaston.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
And a timeout on the floor. 26-18 our score right now. Timeout on the floor. We can take a timeout as well. You are watching GSU TV.
Features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Back here at the Frederick C. Hobley Assembly Center, Grambling State on top 26-18 with 8:13 remaining here in our first half. Paul Quinn now working with the ball. Oh, nice move inside the Elway for Paul Quinn. He scores. Now 26-20 is the score. Ivy Smith Jr., he works in, dumps it off. Now ball being worked around. Cunningham goes inside. And a foul coming up. That foul is going to look like it's going to be against Hoffman. Yep, Shaquille Hoffman, that's his first.
Hey, Brandy, I like that adjustment, coach. He said, Josh, get your ass out.
First free throw up and good.
Hey, Josh, you better listen close what he's telling you, because you suck.
Second free throw up and good. And now full court pressure still being brought by Grambling State. And it looks to be a malfunction with the shot clock, but nobody said anything. So I don't believe that there should be 10 seconds on the shot clock for Paul Quinn right now. Nonetheless, they have 5 now. And nice block by Devontae Jackson coming in like Superman.
He came in from the other side of the paint on that one.
He came flying out of left field.
Get your ass out the game, D'Angelo. Tell him, coach. Get his ass out. Tell him, can't do that shit. Can't do that shit. Especially with them nasty ass shoes on.
Fouls on the floor, so Josh Mullins will go to the line now for Grambling State. First free throw is up and good, 1-on-1 situation. So now Josh Mullins will have another opportunity, another free throw.
Now we coming straight for the niggas. They gonna have to come to us. Only way we can set us up, they gonna have to.
Hey, Brandon.
Second free throw off the front rim, and Paul Quinn comes down with it. And now they head back the other way.
Hey, that's a nasty ass.
Hold.
Marcel.
Now over to Mingo. And off the foot of look like a Grambling State. And a little discussion, and now it's going. Yep, now it's going to be with Grambling State.
Well, this is where they would show the replay of what happened, but I haven't really been shown the replays, I guess.
Nonetheless, Grambling State comes back with the ball. Working back the other way. Mullins into the corner for Gaston. Gaston gets it inside to Jackson. Jackson, he pump fakes, he goes in, and he finishes.
Gaston has turned around and he's turned down a couple of open three-pointers tonight. I guess trying to get better looks.
And ball stolen out of there by Ivy Smith Jr. Ivy Smith Jr. not working, trying to find an open person, but now he's just going to sit back and reset. Over to Mullins. Mullins for the three. He bangs it.
Damn.
And the ball, just flung out of bounds.
Who is that? Who is that?
I think that almost took off a fan's head.
Oh yeah, no, that was awfully close.
I think that was a lawsuit if anything else happened.
I'd sue.
Grambling State working with the ball now. AJ Gaston with the ball at the top of the key. Looking for somebody, gets it inside to Jackson, tipped out of there. And Jackson stepped out of bounds, so now it's going to be in the hands of Paul Quinn.
Let him know. Look.
Hey, Joshua, he gonna cruise right by you because you garbage, nigga. I promise you.
Cruz with the ball now. And ball just lost.
Get up. Yeah,
And Hoffman lost it. And it's going to stay with Paul Quinn, though. And now Prince Moss comes into the game now for AJ Gaston.
Marcel, you're garbage. Like that nasty ass beard.
Oh, yeah.
Hoffman now with the Cruz.
You're a nigga with a ponytail.
Go over into the corner, no good.
I told you no bucket.
Cruz for the three ball. He hits it.
Cruz trying to shut the crowd up a little bit.
Hey, squeeze your butt for good luck from me. That's your first 3 points, nigga. Don't get too happy. The fuck?
Cunningham inside, and he gets fouled.
Hey, Marcel, I just want to see 1 point, please. Same for you, Teron. Another one. Shaquille.
Travell Cunningham now at the free throw line for Grambling State.
All the people with zero.
First free throw up and good.
Back it. Back off. Marcel, Teron, and Shaquille. Y'all have a job to do. I need 1 point. Just one.
Second free throw up, and that won't fall. Now Paul Quinn headed back the other way.
If I stay at 0, I'll buy y'all a donut.
Mingo now working on Ivy Smith.
Come on, get that point, Marcel.
Now Holden back over to Mingo. Now inside to Hoffman. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Pump fake by Mingo. Mingo puts it up, and he hits the three.
Took you long enough, weak ass nigga.
Into the corner now for Ivy Smith. Dumps it off to Jackson on the inside. Now over to Prince Moss. And a foul coming up.
Paul Quinn started to mount a little comeback real quick.
Yeah, they were held scoreless for a while.
Hey, Lee. Hey, let me know when you're ready, though, because I'm getting tired. Ready to hop on the broadcast. Hey, Teron, I'm proud of you, son. Way to do that.
Prince Moss at the free throw line now. First free throw up and good.
Sorry about that H. I already got a freshman to do it. I need to
Second free throw up and good. Now Grambling State has a 37-26 lead. Paul Quinn now working. Hoffman tried to get it to go, but a foul coming up.
Oh, Shaquille might get some points. Shaquille might get him his first one.
That foul is going to be against Edwards, and that's Edwards' third.
Come on, Shaquille. Rep for that Trojan. If nobody's proud, I am.
First free throw, good.
Hey, Shaquille, ain't shit funny. You only got 1 point, though. Ain't shit funny. Ain't nothing funny. Make this next one. Hey, make this next one.
Come on.
Second free throw up and no good.
You can't look. You did it for no reason.
Now Grambling State headed back the other way. Prince Moss with the ball now. Inside to Jackson. Jackson dumps it off and a dunk by Trayvon Bunch. Big man to big man.
That was a great pass right there. You don't see that often. You don't see the big man alley-oop often.
I didn't think he was going to get that. I thought it was going to be deflected out of there. And ball no good by Shafe, and now Grambling State headed back the other way. Ball into the corner now to Edwards. Back up top to Ivy Smith. Prince Moss goes in, and he gets knocked down. Ball over to Mingo, and Ivy Smith is able to steal it. Grambling State has numbers. Edwards goes in, and he can't finish.
That's 2 back-to-back blown finishes by Grambling.
That's what you know you so. Hey, strap this man. This nigga got a man bun. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
And ball deflected out of there. Timeout on the floor, so we will take a timeout as well. Grambling State on top of Paul Quinn right now by a score of 39-27. You are watching GSU TV.
What is Grambling? Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
Hobley Assembly Center, Diamond Travis alongside Malik Walker. Grambling stayed up right now on Paul Quinn by a score of 39-27 with 2:42 here remaining in our first half. And what have you seen from Grambling State that you like right now so far?
They've done a great job, much as they have all season, of working the ball inside and getting the extra pass to get the open shots, to get good open looks.
Grambling State working the ball in right now to Jackson. And Jackson loses the ball on the floor. And a travel violation, though, on Paul Quinn.
Another thing Grambling State has done good in the first half that they've done all season, getting offensive rebounds. They've been attacking the glass, well, offense and defense. Attacking the glass, not giving the team extra opportunities, while also giving themselves extra opportunities to get more points.
So Grambling State still with the ball now. Jackson goes up and he can't finish. Looks like he was yanked a little bit, but nonetheless, ball goes out of bounds, and now it's going to be with Paul Quinn. Eshik brings it up for Paul Quinn. He just throws it up there and he gets fouled. I'll tell you what, that was a bailout because that was a terrible shot. First free throw up and good. Second free throw for Eshik is good. Now is a 39-29 ball game. 150 remaining here in the first half. Gaston over to Mullins. Into the corner now to Gaston. Open for the three. He drains it.
That was a great play. I didn't even see Gaston sneak over there into the corner.
He was just in motion. Like, he just stayed in motion, and he was able to sneak behind the defense into the corner. Eshik now with the ball and a foul coming up. That foul is going to be against, looks like Jackson. And that's going to force Randolph to come up out of his chair. And he's going to come into the ball game now for Jackson. First free throw up and good. Mateo Eshik, the forward junior, 6'5" out of Plano, Texas. Second free throw good. Grambling State not working with the ball. inside the bunch. Bunch trying to bully his way inside. He does, but he can't finish. Randolph with the rebound and finish. Eshik spin move, tries to finish, won't go, but a foul coming up. Eshik has been going to the free throw line a lot this ball game.
Yeah, attacking the paint. That's what happens most times.
First free throw, good. Second free throw up and good. And he's been delivering on those free throws. Less than 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Grambling State working the ball around. Dump off to Gaston. He tries to go inside, but pass was deflected.
That wasn't really
And a foul coming up.
I don't know where he was going with that pass. It wasn't really an open lane. It was 3 Paul Quinn players down there, though.
And that foul's going to be against Ivy Smith. That's a late call.
That was a really late call, then.
Nevertheless, Chris Schaaf for Paul Quinn is going to head to the line. First free throw is up and off the mark. Second free throw up for Schaaf. That one's good. 22 seconds now remaining. You got to imagine that Grambling State will hold for the final shot here. Seconds now left here in the first half. And
out of bounds?
Yeah, they're going to say that A.J. Gaston has his foot on the line. So now 4 seconds remain here in the first half, and Paul Quinn now has a chance for a final shot. Mingo gets the ball. He's pushing it. He floats it. And it rattles in and out.
Almost made it.
Our score at the half, Grambling State up 44-34 over Paul Quinn. We will take this 15-minute break, but when we come back, we will have second half action for you. You are watching GSU TV. working the ball around fast, and they've been working around often.
Definitely. But the one problem that I've witnessed between Paul Quinn is that they haven't had that consistent shooter to go through. As we have seen a consistent three-point shooting from Mateo, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
Listen, I have a history of botching last names, so we're just going to say it's Eshik, as he did hit that three-pointer for Paul Quinn, and a foul is coming up, though, and it looks like it's going to be on the aforementioned Eshik, and it looks like that's going to be his third.
Looks like the coaches over there are very frustrated over the foul calls.
Yep, Coach Espinoza is not happy.
The whistle has been active tonight, though.
Yes. And it looked like the referee may have gave Coach Espinoza a warning.
It looks so.
And a foul away from the ball now, and that's going to go in against Grambling State. So Paul Quinn will get possession here. You got to hand it to Paul Quinn. They have stayed in this ball game.
They've tried their best, and you've seen Grambling take those large leads where they'll be up by about 12. But as you can say, they've definitely cut the lead short to begin the second half as well, with it now being cut to 7 points.
And another foul away from the ball, and that's going to be against Shaquille Hoffman.
It was a blocking foul, actually.
You still got 1 point to kill.
And now Grambling State will try and start something now. Ball worked over to Prince Moss for the three. That won't go. And Eshik now heads back the other way for Paul Quinn.
It looks as if Eshik is their primary shooter, but he just hasn't got going all the way this game.
Yeah, that three ball won't fall for him, and looks like a foul is going to come up against Paul Quinn, against Grambling State. Excuse me. Yeah, that foul is going to be against Hoffman, so Grambling State will gain possession. Coach Espinosa still talking to the officials, still trying to get some understanding of the foul calls.
He looks very frustrated, as he has now called Kevin Baker to sub into the game.
Ivy Smith for the three. That won't fall. Ball ends up in the hands of McElway. And a traveling violation. It seems as though every time it looks like Paul Quinn is about to get something started, they just swipe the rug from underneath themselves.
Definitely. It looks like they penalize themselves. They get a little bit too anxious, and they start making very simple mistakes. And you can tell that's why Coach Espinosa is frustrated.
Grambling State working the ball around. Underneath to Jackson. Jackson, he tries to...
Terron Mingo comes up with the rebound.
Mingo hands it off to Shafe. Shafe goes inside. He's swatted by Bunch. And now Grambling State headed back the other way. Cunningham. Nice crossover into the corner. Ooh, just too hot to handle.
The pass was a little bit too hot for Javale Cunningham as he was passing it to Ivy Smith Jr. and it headed right out of bounds.
That would have made some highlight reels.
Definitely. Terron Mingo with the inbound. Mingo's looking for the ball. And he wasn't looking for it at the time that it got stolen by Ivy Smith.
Oh, and a nice little alley from Ivy Smith
to Devontae Jackson.
That's the type of thing that can happen when you have a 2-on-1 with the likes of Ivy Smith and Devontae Jackson.
Definitely. When you hear the crowd roar, you got dunked on. And a great block from Bunch.
And another swat out of there by Bunch.
Way to hold the paint. And a strong rebound by Moss.
And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay on this side of the floor with Paul Quinn.
After a huge tie-up.
They're trying to make sure everybody's good.
Coach Espinoza seems to be very frustrated with Shafe over there. D'Angelo Streeter has now entered the game.
It looks like they're going to check on McElway's hand. He might be bleeding from his hand a little bit, so they got to clean that up before he checks back into the game.
It looks as if they're reviewing something.
I'm not sure what they are reviewing exactly. Potentially who it was off of?
If not that, possibly the time left. I'm not too sure. Coach Espinoza isn't sure himself as he's talking to the ref.
Honestly, it may come down to a possession thing because I believe if the ball stays with Paul Quinn, they should have 20 seconds on the shot clock and not, the full 30.
You're right. This is Brandon Espinoza's first year as a head coach over there at Paul Quinn College, and actually last year they were 6-22. So hopefully he can give them a new spark. They were 4-14 in their conference, in the Red River Athletic Conference last year. So with the new coach and the new team, it looks like they'll be able to bring some spark. The last time we played against Paul Quinn was back in 2009, and we came out with the win, and it looks as if we have a chance this year. Hopefully we can just hold on strong, but hopefully Brandon Espinoza is doing his thing over there at Paul Quinn and giving them a new light.
That's one thing that we actually had with, Coach Jackson. We had a lot of losing seasons, and we needed somebody, come in and change the culture for Grambling State. So hopefully he can be that change that, Paul Quinn needs.
Definitely. We're looking at the roster. They have a huge variance of freshmen and seniors. So you can tell that they haven't really played as much together, and you can see it result on the field, or on the court, excuse me. But overall, I feel like towards the end of this season, that chemistry will come together, and Brandon Espinoza has this team on the right track because they're fighting hard. Mingo's looking for the ball.
And so they put 8 seconds on the shot clock.
He wasn't looking for it at the time that it got stolen by Ivy
here with
Smith.
Paul Quinn. As you're watching GSU TV, you can see that nice alley-oop from Ivy Smith to Devontae Jackson. 8 seconds here on the shot clock now for Paul Quinn. Inside now. And going back to the
ball was actually out of bounds as they tried to inbound the pass to Kevin Baker.
Once again, you think Paul Quinn's about to get something going, and they just stopped themselves. Ball over to Cunningham. Cunningham into the corner to Moss. He tries to hit 3 ball. That won't go.
Rebound by Cunningham. Fell right out of the hands of Cunningham, actually.
And now Eshik for Paul Quinn going back the other way. He's taking a lot of contact down to the rim, and he gets fouled.
Him and Moss were going at it about the whole court.
Just about.
We have Anthony Gaston and Teron Randolph ready to get in the game, actually.
First free throw up and no good. That might be Eshik's first missed free throw in this game. Second free throw up, and that one falls.
He currently has 14 points on the night, and I believe he is Paul Quinn's leading scorer at the moment.
Grambling State up 46-38 right now with 16:30 remaining here in the second half. Ball up top to Cunningham. Cunningham, he goes inside. Draws contact, but not enough to draw a foul. Now Paul Quinn headed back the other way. Nice work inside by Streeter. He's able to finish.
With a strong blow by Travell Cunningham. Well, on Travell Cunningham, excuse me.
Ball inside now to Jackson. Jackson gets over to Gaston. Gaston, he stops, he pops, he drills it. Nice little free throw jumper by A.J. Gaston.
As he currently has 13 on the night, and I believe he's Grambling's highest leading scorer as well.
A lot of contact over by Streeter and Cunningham. Streeter can't hit
Tonight,
the
I
three.
believe he's Grambling's highest leading scorer as well.
Ball inside now to Randolph. Randolph, he can't finish at the rim. Now Escher goes the other way for Paul Quinn. And loose ball.
The ref saved it for them.
He really did. Now back over to Escher. Escher, he gets his pocket picked by Ivy Smith. Looks over to Gaston.
Gaston with the three, wide open.
In and out. And now Streeter gets the ball for Paul Quinn. Gets over to Mingo. Mingo with a deep three. No good. And Randolph for Grambling comes down with it. Ivy Smith over to Cunningham. Cunningham now inside to Jackson. Jackson, he bullies his way inside. He gets fouled.
Jackson with the strong post play this game.
We have a media timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. Grambling State leads right now 48-40 with 14:31 remaining.
Smith
You are
over
watching
Cunningham.
GSU
Cunningham
TV. Now inside to Jackson. Jackson, he bullies his way inside. He gets fouled. Ivy Smith over to Cunningham. Cunningham now inside to Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State on top of Paul Quinn by a score of 48-40. Donovan Travis alongside Shael Flowers. And right now we have Devontae Jackson at the line to shoot free throws. First free throw up and good. And you know, right before that media timeout, I was going to make a talking point. It didn't look like Devontae Jackson wanted to go to the basket there, but he got bumped and he turned around. It's like, okay, you want to do this? Well, let's do it then.
Definitely. It seems like they tested his physicality, and he gave back with a strong response and got the foul as well and made both free throws.
Yes, he did. So now Grambling State coming back with some more full court pressure. They've brought a lot of full court pressure this ball game.
Definitely.
But Paul Quinn has also been able to, you know, break it as they've been moving the ball, and a foul coming up, and it looks like that's going to be against Ivy Smith. And it is. That's going to be Ivy Smith's second foul.
The refs have been very active on that whistle tonight, and especially in the second half.
Inbound pass. Streeter's able to come down with it. And a lot of contact, and Randolph is going to be called for the foul.
Very physical player. Streeter is driving into the hole, and you've seen Randolph put a body on him.
You know, almost looked like Cunningham for Grambling was able to steal that ball, that inbound pass, but Streeter was able to just muscle it away from him.
A very risky inbound, as we've seen Streeter and some of our fans actually call for a travel because he stumbled after he caught the ball.
First free throw up and good. Very close to a 5-second call as well.
Most definitely. As Mateo has been subbed out, and he was their leading scorer.
Second free throw up and good.
Streeter now being subbed out for Marcel Holden. Now is when I wonder who's going to put up the shots.
That's very interesting because, you know, when I was looking at this team and watching the whole game, you know, the two names that I was looking at seeing the most, Streeter and Eshik, and now both of them are on the bench.
Definitely.
So you got to imagine who's going to keep Paul Quinn in this ball game.
Especially with the only person with 5 points is Spencer McKelway on the court.
As Kelton Edwards for Grambling State is able to hit the corner three, and Grambling is looking to add on to this lead. Mingo brings the ball up now for Paul Quinn. Deep three by Holden. That won't go. And Gaston able to come down with it. And loose ball and right in front of us. And it's going to go to Paul Quinn.
As they were very active on the sideline with Ivy Smith and Shaquille Hoffman actually going for the ball. Shaquille Hoffman hit the ground very hard in a very physical play trying to get that ball.
And just as I suspected, Streeter and Eshik are both back into the game now. I imagine that they weren't going to be on the bench for too long.
Not at all. It seems like they got them a squig of water and got right back in the game.
Right. As Paul Quinn working the ball around now. Mingo goes inside. Up top to Baker. Baker finishes inside. Now Grambling State trying to hurry up and work back the other way.
On that last play, Baker was able to get the easy inside because I seen that all eyes were on Mateo actually.
Yep. Foul coming up. Look like that's going to be against
Mateo.
Mateo Eshik.
Coach Espinoza seems very disappointed with the call.
Yeah, Coach Espinoza cannot believe that.
Because that's now his fourth.
Mateo, stop crying. Nobody cares. Stop crying, Mateo. You being a baby right now.
And the ball goes inside and out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Grambling.
The ball was bounced off of Spencer McKelway's foot.
Eshik is going to come out of the game now, and Shaquille Hoffman is going to come into the game now for Paul Quinn.
As Mateo has now entered foul trouble.
And Devontae Jackson comes out. Now Trayvon Bunch comes in. Ball inside and a lot of contact. Ivy Smith just losing the ball. Now Baker goes in and he finishes.
Ivy Smith tried to sneak in the inbound, tried to sneak on the baseline after the inbound, but the Paul Quinn defense is ready for that one.
And it looks like Ivy Smith is a little shaken up on that. He's gonna, as we say, thug it out.
Of course, of course.
Foul coming up on the inside. And you know, when you have a guy like Trayvon Bunch who stands 7'1",
yeah,
you can't do too much when the ball is inside with him, and he's had the ball above his head.
Especially when the tallest player on Paul Quinn's team is Spencer McKelway, who's 6'7". So the 5-inch height difference is very evident.
Prince Moss now checking into the ball game. Second free throw up and good. And Cruz now, Joshua Cruz now into the ball game for Paul Quinn.
And this is when Paul Quinn runs their 3-guard lineup with Cruz, Mingo, and Streeter. I would imagine that it'd be very hard for them to drive with the amount of size that we have compared to them on the court at the moment.
Absolutely. Cruz now with the ball.
And as you see, they've been
3
playing
seconds,
perimeter
now 2
basketball.
seconds on the shot clock.
Shot clock violation.
I'm not going to lie, I lost track of the shot clock for a second there, too.
In all honesty, because there was so much lockdown defense from the Grambling Tigers, you really didn't know what to expect.
Absolutely.
And it was a lot of perimeter basketball throughout the whole time. As you see
now
on
with
the
the ball.
replay, the passes you see, they were
3 seconds, now 2 seconds on the shot clock. Timeout on the floor, so we'll take a
Shot
timeout.
clock
Grambling
violation.
State on top, 54-46. You are watching GSU TV. Cruz now with the ball.
And as you see, they've been
3
playing
seconds,
perimeter
now 2
basketball.
seconds on the shot clock. Back here at the Ferguson Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State on top of Paul Quinn by a score of 54-46 with 11:53 remaining here in the second half. Grambling State have the ball right now. And, you know, this has been a very, it seems like it's back and forth, but Grambling State really has had the lead for the most part.
And they've been very comfortable with the lead, as you can see. Paul Quinn has never gotten too close to taking it away. They just went on their small little spurts, and then, as you stated earlier, they'll shoot themselves in the foot.
3 ball by A.J. Gatson. That won't fall. Prince Moss tried to get it, but...
And a strong rebound attempt.
Yeah, Paul Quinn will get it as the ball went out of bounds.
Earlier, they'll shoot themselves in the foot. As you see on the rebound, Prince
3
Moss
ball
tries
by
to see the
A.J.
baseline,
Gatson.
and he gets up,
that
but he
won't
doesn't
fall.
get the full
Prince Moss
grasp of
tried
the
to
ball,
get it,
actually.
but...
Streeter taking it up the court.
Cruz, he just steps into a 3. He can't get that to fall, though. Bunch, though, comes down with it, and Grambling State works back the other way. Ivy Smith goes flying in.
With a smooth crossover to start it off.
Streeter now with the ball. Trying to work. He gets his pocket
swat
picked by
by
Ivy Smith. Ivy Smith going back the other way. Euro step. Puts it up. Won't go, but takes a nice, hard hit.
Very physical play from the freshman,
now
Kevin
with the ball.
Baker. He actually fouled very hard on that play.
Trying to
And on
work.
the
He gets
replay,
his
it was
pocket
swatted
picked by Ivy Smith.
Ivy Smith. And the strong
Ivy Smith
drive as he tries to get the points.
Anybody ever told you you talk so proper?
I guess it's a California thing, man, because honestly, I'm just talking.
First free throw off the back iron and won't fall. I'm just looking at you watch the monitor, and it's just, as you can see, I'm like, you sound like a news reporter.
Look, man, I major in communications, and I'm from California. Everyone says this is California accent, and I guess we just pronounce every syllable.
Second free throw is up and good for Ivy Smith. Hoffman goes baseline, misses everything with that one, and Edwards comes down with it.
Shaquille with the air ball, actually.
Prince Moss, ooh, just off the fingertips. Couldn't handle the pass from Ivy Smith. Streeter now with the ball. Trying to work. He gets his pocket.
Once again, showing on the replay, it was the pickpocket from Ivy. The full court press is now getting them out of their body.
Oh, nice block by Kelton Edwards. Reward the man. Three ball won't go.
Strong rebound. And a tip to Kelton. I'm loving the hustle. Just needs to put the ball in the court.
They tried to reward Kelton Edwards for that block on the other end, but he just couldn't get any of his shots to fall. Oh, man.
Kelton Edwards was sneaky in the paint as he came out of nowhere for that block.
And the shot is able to fall for Paul Quinn. Pump fake by A.J. Gasson. Prince Moss now over to Kelton Edwards. And that's going to be a travel.
One thing about Kelton Edwards, he's very consistent off the bench. Since he's joined our Tigers, I've seen him score about 8 points in every game coming off the bench. And he's been a very consistent shooter for us. And strong hustle play as well.
Paul Quinn working the ball around now. Streeter able to get some space, goes inside. He can't finish, but a foul coming up.
A.J. Gaskin has now been called for his first foul as it was very physical play between him and Streeter.
First free throw up and good for Streeter. He now has 7. Pump fake by second free throw is good. Now it's a 7-point ball game with 9 minutes remaining. Cunningham gets a screen from A.J. Gasson. Now over to Gasson. Gasson goes baseline. Dumps it off to Moss. He finishes.
With a very smooth finish as Moss snuck behind the whole defense.
Foul coming up. Shafe, just being rolled the whole way.
Yeah, Prince Moss was very sticky to him like glue, actually. The foul was called, but a lot of people, as you can hear, the crowd disagrees with that.
There have been a lot of where it looked like it could have been touch fouls. But, I think the referees have done a semi-good job of letting them play. First free throw is no good.
Speaking on the referees, I feel like they've kept it consistent. So although they have been very active on the whistle, they've been active on both sides.
Right. Second free throw up. That was good. Three ball, no good by Edwards, but Gaston was able to come down with it, and he calls a timeout. Nice heads-up play by Gaston to call the timeout. Timeout on the floor, so we would take one as well. Grambling State up 59-51 with 8:24 remaining here in the second half. You're watching GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State up 59-51 with 8:24 remaining. Grambling State inbounding the ball right now. Donovan Travis alongside Shia Flowers, and a 5-second violation on Grambling State.
As you've seen, Ivy Smith was trying to get open, but they were too locked down on him.
And we have a media timeout, so we will take another timeout. You're watching GSU TV. And we're going to keep it right here as there is no media timeout. Still, your score is 59-51. Paul Quinn will have possession now this time around.
Now, Paul Quinn has now brought themselves within 10 points again. We'll see if they'll shoot themselves in the foot or will they be able to capitalize on the close game.
And ball is almost knocked out of there by Cunningham, but a foul is going to come up. And Paul Quinn is going to be shooting free throws.
Very strong hustle plays by both Travell Cunningham and Anthony Gaston.
Somebody signaled for Paul Quinn to be shooting free throws, and they are, so it's a 1-and-1 situation. That foul is going to be against Cunningham. So now, Teron Mingo, 5'10 freshman out of Houston, Texas, is going to be shooting 1-and-1 for Paul Quinn. First free throw up and gets a friendly roll. And you know, if you're Paul Quinn, you definitely want to be making as many free throws as you can. Have no room to miss anything.
Definitely, and as they're closing in on this game, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mateo get back in the game soon.
Second free throw, no good, so Grambling State is going to head back the other way, working the ball around the perimeter. Cunningham goes baseline, excuse me. Now ball being worked around. A.J. Gasson, he goes baseline. Tries to go up and under, but can't finish. And now Paul Quinn going back the other way. Baker, he goes in, he gets blocked. Ivy Smith goes it off to Gaston, and he finishes at the rim.
Gaston with the perfect drive on the opposite side of the court to complement Ivy and give him the perfect lane to pass it on.
Well, you know, they're frat brothers, so I think they naturally just complement one another.
Yes, it's definitely that chemistry.
Three ball by Streeter. That rattles in and out. And ball ends up in the hands of Cunningham. And a foul coming up.
The foul was on Teron Mingo, the freshman from Houston, Texas. That will be his first foul of the night.
And I believe this is going to be an actual media timeout this time. So Grambling State up on Paul Quinn, 61-52 with 7:28 remaining. You're watching GSU TV.
What is Grambling? Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
Back here at the Frederick Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State on top of Paul Quinn right now, 61-52. Donovan Travis alongside Shiel Flowers. Free throw home away. Cunningham. You know, what have you seen, Shiel, from this Grambling team? Because one thing that we, the league actually talked about earlier was that A.J. Gaston is actually coming off the bench as Cunningham hits the second free throw.
Indefinitely, I've seen that, but one thing I feel like that was the great thing to do because when Gaston coming off the bench, you give that shooter to after everyone's already tired out to just instantly put up the consistent shots. And as you can see, Gaston is our leading scorer on the night with 15.
As Paul Quinn is working it, and we get the and one. That's Spencer McElway.
And the foul was called on Devontae Jackson.
And that's going to cause Trevon Bunch to come into the game now. Also, Chris Schaefer is going to check into the ball game, as is D'Angelo Streeter for Paul Quinn. Spencer McElway at the free throw line now, looking to convert on the and one. Shot up and off the front rim. Ivy Smith comes down with it now for Grambling State. And he loses the ball, and it ends up in the hands of Paul Quinn. And right back to Grambling State now.
Kelton Edwards with the strong steal, and Sherelle Cunningham with the easy lay.
Nice chemistry, nice ball movement. Grambling State able to convert on, that nice steal. Really.
Definitely.
And loose ball, Ivy Smith comes down with it. Kelton Edwards all alone. Easy two.
Speaking of steals, Ivy Smith came up with another one, and an easy pass to Kelton Edwards for the easy layup.
Timeout on the floor. Grambling State up 67-54, so we will take a timeout as well. You are watching GSU TV. Back here at the Federal Hobby Assembly Center, Grambling State up 67-54. Paul Quinn in control of the ball right now.
Mateo is now back in the game, and I can expect a lot of shots coming from him, and he is their leading scorer on the night.
As he puts up a shot, tried to draw a foul, got nothing. And Cunningham tried to save it, but nothing doing.
His foot was a little bit too far out of bounds.
Streeter with the ball now. Now over to Eshik. Eshik tries to get it inside, and the ball is knocked out of there. And last touch by Paul Quinn, so Grambling State will get possession.
Bunch with the strong tip right off of the legs of a Paul Quinn player. And Mateo is now being subbed out again as they are scared to get him in that last foul.
AJ Gaston now inside the bunch. Bunch bullies his way inside to get the and one.
With a strong, very strong physical play. And we can see Spencer McElway is actually acting as if he's hurt.
Might be. I think he may have took a shot from Bunch on the inside right there.
Sometimes it gets physical in that paint, man. You got to be careful.
Trayvon Bunch. Free throw up and good. So now we have a 70-54 ball game as Eshik checks back into the ball game. Now, he's been going in and out of the game a lot.
It seems as if they're scared to let him pick up that foul on defense. So at every opportunity they get the chance to take him out for defense, they do.
Ivy Smith is able to come down with the ball. Nice steal.
He just missed Kelton Edwards as he was driving down the hole.
Puts up a shot, nice. Add that to Ivy Smith's highlight reel.
Full court defense now being played from the Tigers.
And a foul coming up. Looks like it's going to be against Ivy Smith, hand checking. That's going to be his third.
Very physical play from them, which now puts Teron Mingo on the line.
Mingo only has 4 points in this contest. First free throw is up and good.
Being the freshman going against an experienced guard like Ivy Smith, he actually hasn't played too bad.
Second free throw up and good. Cunningham now working, gets it inside, and offensive foul. Joshua Cruz was in position to draw the foul, draw the charge there, excuse me, from Cunningham. Now that's Cunningham's second foul this ball game.
It currently looks as if Paul Quinn is back to the three-guard lineup with Holden, Mingo, and Streeter.
Loose ball. Cunningham able to save the ball. Over in the corner to Edwards. He thought about the three. Now inside the bunch, back to Edwards. Edwards finishes at the rim. He gets it to fall.
Mingo with the ball.
Paul Quinn trying desperately to get something going. If they want to get back into the ball game, they got to do it right now. Three ball by Eshik. He can't get it to fall.
That shot was very offensive. You can tell it was pretty forced, actually, with Gaston all over him.
Three ball by Edwards. He can't let it fall. Rebound by Gaston, though. Ball on the floor. And you got a tie up.
Gaston was able to sneak his way in between Holden and Escape and get a very physical rebound, actually. Due to the possession error, the ball will stay in ours.
Ball inside, not a bunch. Bunch too strong. And Paul Quinn comes down with it.
Cunningham with the smooth hands as he almost stole the ball.
And ball swatted out of there by Cunningham. Now loose ball and a foul coming up. And that looks like it's going to be against Mingo.
No, the foul is actually on Trayvon Bunch as he pulled Mingo out of the way in a very physical play. I mean, when you have 6'1" against 5'10", you can throw people around pretty easy.
So Mingo is going to be at the free throw line now. We're joined by our queen, Miss Mackenzie Jonikin. I'm sorry, I got starstruck.
It's fine. It happens that way.
Happens to the best of us.
Of course, of course.
Second free throw up and good.
Mingo now with 8.
Oh, Mingo almost got the steal, so now Grambling State pushing. Ivy Smith dumps it off to Cunningham. Into the corner now to Moss. Three ball on the way. Not strong enough.
I love the ball movement, though, as it went from Cunningham to Edwards, Edwards back to Cunningham, and then to Moss.
Paul Quinn, three ball on the way. Oh, that was, yeah, the crowd will say that for you.
You'll be surprised to hear this, but 6'4" Travell Cunningham actually blocked him out, but we'll be heading into a break.
Yep, 73-58 our score right now. Grambling on top. You are watching GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobley Assembly Center, Grambling stay up 74-58 with 3:40 remaining here in the second half. And just a lot of loose ball dribbling by Ivy Smith.
Yeah, Ivy lost track of the dribble as Mateo and Streeter were in a very physical double team against him.
He was working fast, but he just didn't have control of the ball. So now Paul Quinn gets the ball now. Streeter now goes baseline. Tries to finish at the rim. He draws contact. Foul coming up.
As Streeter tried to drive by Cunningham, and Randolph came with, actually Bunch came with the help defensive foul.
Streeter has 8 points in this ball game. And Eshik is in the ball game still with 4 fouls and 14 points.
Ishik is definitely their crutch when it comes to scoring.
First free throw up and good. You gotta imagine Paul Quinn doesn't have any room for error when it comes to trying to get back into this ball game.
And as you've been stating all game, every time they get close, it seems to just fade away in an instant.
Second free throw won't fall, and Grambling State gets the rebound.
Paul Quinn now trying the full court defense.
Prince Moss dumps it off inside the Bunch, and Bunch
with the reverse dunk.
A reverse slam.
Very physical play. I mean, it's hard to stop someone who's 7'1" when the tallest player to defend him is 6'7".
I mean, it's too easy. He makes it look too easy. And a 3-ball back the other way by Cruz. As you said earlier, Paul Quinn trying to show their hand with full court pressure.
And we missed Bunch as he was wide open in the paint.
Lob.
Easy lob.
Prince Moss can't finish the lob.
The ball was literally just taken out of the hands of Streeter by Bunch.
Bunch didn't even need to jump to take the ball out the hands out of Streeter.
I'm not sure if you consider that a steal, a block, or both.
That's a new stat. That's a new stat.
We'll just call it a manhandle.
Ivy Smith enters the corner now to Edwards. Edwards over to Cunningham. Cunningham dumps it off to Ivy Smith. Ivy Smith steps into a 3. He can't get it to fall.
As the shot clock was going down, he tried to get the quick foul. And a strong defense on Mateo led him to an air ball.
No, they're saying that Ivy Smith partially tipped that, so he's going to stay with Paul Quinn.
And Ivy is clearly contesting that call because from my perspective, it didn't look as if the ball bounced off of anything. .158 left in the game.
Eshik working his way inside, now dumps it off back out to Streeter. And a blocking foul comes up, and it's going to be on Ivy Smith, and Ivy Smith cannot believe it.
As he now picks up what will be his 4th foul.
Ivy Smith steps into a 3. He can't get it to fall.
As the shot clock was going down,
come back the other way.
Streeter now on the line. He'll have the opportunity to actually get double digits if he makes this shot.
Free throw up, and it rattles in. D'Angelo Streeter now has 10 points in this contest.
Kevin Baker, the freshman forward from Houston, Texas, is getting ready to sub into the game.
Ivy Smith still trying to get a little explanation on that foul. And Streeter comes out of the game. .150 remaining here in the second half. Grambling State trying to just get the ball across half court. And Ivy Smith, he's getting smothered right now.
With very physical defense from Paul Quinn, who's now got the foul.
And that foul looks like it's going to be against Joshua Cruz, his second. Now Ivy Smith is going to shoot free throws.
One thing I can say about Paul Quinn is Brandon Espinoza, their coach, definitely has them ready to play. Throughout the whole game, they fought every second, every drive, every play.
First free throw up and good. You said it. They were fighting this whole game. They didn't lie down. They didn't, just take it. They worked. Ivy Smith's second free throw, up and good. And now they're just adding on to this lead. Paul Quinn working now.
Streeter on the drive, and of course they give it to Mateo, who puts up the three.
And he hits it.
Right over Prince Moss's face.
Now Grambling State gets the ball across half court. And you got to imagine they take as much time off the clock as they can here.
Definitely. Paul Quinn is trying to play a physical defense, but it seems as if it's a bit too late.
Paul Quinn, they've had every opportunity. It's 10 seconds, now 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ivy Smith, floater. Oh, that was supposed to be an alley-oop to Trayvon Bunch, and it didn't go.
The lob went straight through Bunch's hands, and as Spencer McElway had the perfect putback jump.
As I think they're trying to fix the clock now.
And once again, Paul Quinn College has come within 10 points, but it seems as if it's a bit too late.
I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
They definitely have.
I never believe, you can't count anybody out. As long as there's still time on the clock, you still have a shot. Grambling State, they finally get the ball past half court. And looks like they're trying to bring the double team wherever they can bring it. Almost stolen right there.
There's a 7-1 against a 6-foot matchup with our man Trayvon Bunch against Joshua Cruz right now in the paint.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Cunningham now goes inside. Now ball work 4, now 3. Ivy Smith goes in, draws a foul.
And Trayvon Bunch was begging for the lob that whole possession.
He was begging for something. He was just wanting the ball.
Yeah, he had a mismatch against anyone who was against him in the paint. Mateo switched onto him, but he's only 7'5", so that's still about a 7-inch difference.
First free throw up and good for Ivy Smith. Ivy Smith now has 10 this contest.
So now moves him into the double digits. So that's him, Bunch, and Cunningham, who are now all in double digits for the night.
Second free throw, no good. Edwards gets the ball. Cunningham had no interest in shooting it. It looks like they're just going to let the clock run out.
It looks like that, but Paul Quinn doesn't look like they're going out without a fight.
Well, clock is ticking down. Now we have 10 seconds, now 9. And Ivy Smith is going to let the clock wind down. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's your ball game. Grambling State victorious over Paul Quinn by a final score of 79-69.
It was a very hard-fought game for both Paul Quinn and Grambling. I would say that for sure.
Absolutely. Major props to Paul Quinn. They did not take this game lying down. But in the end, Grambling State now improves to 4-4 on the season, finishing up this game by a score of 79-69. That's all the time we have for you today. Be sure to check here next time. For Diamond Travis, Shael Flowers, and Malik Walker, thank you so much. Have a blessed night.
We out of here.